have to talk about Naomi Hawthorne because she has been on an absolute mission lately, and I am so here for it. We all saw her snooping around Bill's office, hacking into his computer, desperately looking for that elusive prenuptial agreement. We all thought, yes, Naomi, find the prenup. Protect your dad's assets from that gold digger. But what did she find instead? There was no prenuptial agreement. None. Instead, she found a life insurance policy, and not just any standard policy, a $10 million life insurance policy. Are you kidding me right now? I literally dropped my coffee mug when that number flashed on. $10 million. Suddenly, everything made terrifying, crystal clear sense. Naomi realized in that exact moment that Hayley didn't just want a comfortable life. She wanted a massive, life-altering payout. And the only way she gets that payout is if Bill Hamilton is dead. Think about Hayley's behavior lately. She has been completely indifferent to Bill's rapidly deteriorating health. We have watched Bill stumbling over chairs at the country club, his hands shaking uncontrollably, looking like a literal shadow of his former self. And what does Hayley do? She hands him another poison green smoothie and forces him to do rigorous cardio interventions. She has been treating him with such blatant disregard and apathy that even a blind person could see she wants him in the grave. Naomi saw this. Naomi felt this. The absolute coldness in Hayley's eyes when she looks at Bill is chilling to the bone. It is the look of a predator waiting for its prey to finally expire. I was screaming at my television, Naomi, you are right. She wants him dead. Does anyone else feel like they are losing their minds watching Hayley get away with this for so long? So, what does our brilliant, observant Naomi do? She goes straight to Kat Richardson. Yes, Catherine Kat Richardson, the absolute queen of not taking anyone's garbage. Kat has already been in full detective mode, stalking Randy Parker and putting the pieces together, so she was the perfect accomplice. When Naomi and Kat teamed up, I knew we were about to witness absolute television. These two strong, incredibly smart, Dupree-blooded women hatched the most risky, dangerous, and brilliantly diabolical plan I have ever seen on Beyond the Gates. They decided to forge a fake will, a completely fabricated last will and testament for Bill Hamilton. In this forged document, Bill completely crosses Hayley's name out. He leaves her absolutely nothing. Zero. Zilch. Every single penny, every asset, the entire estate is left entirely to Naomi and Chelsea. This is soap opera perfection. I was clapping and cheering in my living room. The execution of this plan was pure, unadulterated suspense. I was on the absolute edge of my seat, biting my nails down to the quick. They strategically placed this fake will right out in the open where Hayley would inevitably find it. They knew her insatiable greed would compel her to look. The tension in that scene was suffocating. You could hear a pin drop in the law firm as we waited for Hayley to walk in. I was sweating. I was literally sweating. Would she see it? Would she realize it was a fake? My heart was pounding so fast I thought I was going to have a panic attack right along with Bill. The camera angles, the dramatic music building up in the background, it was a cinematic masterpiece of suspense and drama. And then she took the bait. Hayley walked in, her eyes darted to the document, and she picked it up. You guys, the way the mask completely slipped off her face was terrifying. We are so used to seeing Hayley play the sweet, concerned, innocent young wife. But the exact moment she read that she was cut out of the will, her face contorted into something demonic. Pure, unadulterated greed, panic, and fury washed over her. She couldn't contain it. The smug, arrogant Hayley we all love to hate completely lost her mind. She threw a massive, earth-shattering tantrum right there in the office. I have never seen a character unravel so quickly and so spectacularly on daytime television. The rant. Oh my God, we have to talk about the rant. Hayley absolutely exploded. She started screaming at the top of her lungs, spewing the most vile, venomous, hateful words I have ever heard come out of her mouth. She called Bill a senile old man. She screamed about how much she had to suffer and endure his touching, his presence, his entire existence just for the money. She admitted it all. She admitted that every kiss, every I love you, every moment of their marriage was a disgusting, calculated transaction. She ripped his character to shreds, laughing at how pathetic he was to believe a young, beautiful woman like her could ever genuinely love an old fool like him. I was shaking with rage. How dare she? After everything he gave up for her? After he destroyed his entire life for her? But here's the absolute kicker. The moment that shattered my soul into a million pieces. The camera slowly pans over, and Bill is standing behind the door. He heard everything. Every single cruel, heartless, devastating word. The look on Tim and Kyle Durrett's face in that moment deserves an Emmy immediately. You could literally see Bill's heart breaking, his ego shattering, his entire reality crumbling to dust right before our eyes. This is the man who destroyed his family, who humiliated Danny Dupree, who alienated his own daughters, all for this young woman. And to hear her call him a senile old man she just endured for cash, the karma is real, but it was so incredibly painful to watch. I was crying real tears for Bill Hamilton. I know he made his bed, but nobody deserves that level of cruelty. But the drama did not stop there. Oh no, the writer said, let's give them more. Naomi steps out of the shadows and delivers the final lethal blow to whatever was left of Bill's world. Amidst Bill struggling to breathe, his hands shaking violently from the poison that has been ravaging his body, Nate's $200,000 million life insurance policy. And she doesn't just show him the policy. She shows him undeniable proof that Hayley had been secretly trying to alter the beneficiary terms. The absolute betrayal. Bill realized in that horrifying second that his young wife wasn't just waiting for him to die. She was actively hoping for it, planning for it, and banking on it. She wanted to secure the bag and leave him in the dirt. We have to talk about Bill's physical state in this scene because it adds so much tragedy to the moment. The man is already dying from the inside out. Hayley's slow burn poison has been systematically destroying his nervous system for weeks. We saw the hand tremors, the stumbling, the physical exhaustion. The poison weakened him so much that his body was a ticking time bomb. And the sheer emotional trauma of discovering his wife is a gold-digging psychopath who wants him dead. It was the ultimate catalyst. It was the spark that ignited the explosion. You could see the blood rushing to his face, the veins bulging in his neck. The extreme stress was too much for his poisoned, weakened body to handle. In a moment of pure, desperate adrenaline, Bill tries to fight back. He realizes he has to fix this before he dies. He grabs a pen. He tries to sign the divorce papers. He tries to legally strip her of her status and change the heir so she gets absolutely nothing. The tension was unbearable. I was screaming at my screen. Sign it, Bill. Sign it now. Don't let her win. His hand is shaking so violently. He is fighting against the poison, fighting against the betrayal, fighting against his own failing body. It was a battle of sheer willpower against the toxic. Every second felt like an hour. The pen hovering over the paper, the ink barely making a mark, the desperation in his eyes. And then it happened. The extreme, uncontainable anger triggered a massive, catastrophic stroke. Right there on the spot. Bill's eyes rolled back, his face contorted in agony, and he collapsed hard onto the floor. The thud, the sound of his body hitting the ground, will haunt me forever. It wasn't just a faint, it was a brutal, violent medical emergency. He lay there, paralyzed, unable to speak, his eyes wide open, glaring up at Hayley with a mixture of absolute hatred and utter despair. He knew she had won. He knew he was trapped in his own failing body, unable to expose her or sign those papers. I was hyperventilating. I literally had to pause the episode to catch my breath. But the most chilling, horrifying, sickening part of this entire masterpiece of an episode, Hayley's reaction. As her husband, the man she vowed to love and cherish, is lying on the floor having a massive stroke, fighting for his life. She smiles. A cold, calculated, psychopathic smile spreads across her face. Are you serious? She doesn't panic. She doesn't rush to help him. She doesn't scream for an ambulance. She just stands there looking down at him like he is a piece of trash she is finally discarding. She realizes she fell into Naomi and Kat's trap, yes, but in her twisted mind, this stroke is the ultimate. She just has to stand there, wait a few minutes, and then dial 911 to play the hysterical, grieving widow one last time. Pure evil. She is the ultimate villain of Fairmont Crest. I am still trying to process what I just watched. The brilliance of Naomi and Kat's plan cannot be overstated. They exposed the monster. They forced Hayley to show her true colors, and they got Bill to hear it. But at what cost? Bill is now incapacitated. He couldn't sign the papers. If he dies, Hayley still gets the $10 million. The trap was perfect, but the timing was an absolute tragedy. Hayley realized she was played, but the universe handed her exactly what she wanted. Bill silenced and out of the way. She is going to spin this. She is going to say the stress of Naomi's fake will prank caused his stroke. She is going to play the victim. I cannot handle this injustice. It makes my blood boil. The Dupree women are going to have to go to absolute war now. Danny, Naomi, Chelsea, Kat, Anita, they need to form a human shield around Bill's hospital bed because if Hayley gets 5 minutes alone with him in the ICU, she will finish the job. She will pull the plug herself. I am terrified for Bill. I never thought I would say that after how he treated Danny and his daughters, but nobody deserves to be murdered by their spouse for a payout. This storyline has elevated Beyond the Gates to a whole new level of psychological thriller. The acting, the writing, the suspense, give them all the daytime Emmys right now. I need to know what you guys think because my brain is completely fried. Did you scream when Hayley called him a senile old man? Did your heart stop when Bill collapsed on the floor? What is Naomi going to do now that her dad is incapacitated? Do they have enough evidence to prove she poisoned him? Or is Hayley going to walk away a multimillionaire widow? Please, please, please sound off in the comments below. We need a support group to get through next week's episodes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because the drama in Fairmont Crest is just getting started, and I will be here breaking down every single shocking second of it. See you in the next video.